This is the calendar that I have built for myself for studying the A Smarter Way to Learn books. Over here on the left, I've got the different calendars that I've set up, one for the HTML book, one for the JavaScript book, and one for the jQuery book. Now underneath, I've got my repetitions. So I'll learn it this day, and then I'll review it 1 day later, and then 5 days later, and then 25 days later. And if I'm going to follow through with the Pimsleur methodology, I would then review again 4 months later, and then again 2 years later. Haven't decided if I'm going to do that, but I've got them all scheduled out from now until the end of boot camp. So I'm supposed to finish up on January 26th, and I should finish up both the HTML and the JavaScript books by then. I haven't scheduled the jQuery books out beyond lesson 30. Not going to have that done by the time boot camp ends. But here's how it works. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing JavaScript chapter 21. Let's see what that is. Changing case. Once I've already done it, once I've completed it, I do that. I mark it complete by switching it to this calendar, the 1 day later calendar. Click OK, and then I grab it, move it over to the next day. And so then when the next day comes along, I'll know that this is what I'm going to be reviewing that day. And then once I have finished reviewing it that day, I'll open this up again, switch it to day 5 review, okay, and then I'll count 5 days out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll review it on Wednesday the 29th. And so as you can see, as I turn these other calendars on, you see more and more of my study schedule. Now, when I'm home is when I do my new lessons. I do them first thing in the morning when I wake up and get that out of the way. And then during my lunch break at work is when I do all the review. So this looks a little bit overwhelming. So when I'm at home, I have all of these review calendars turned off so I don't even see them. I just see the new lesson I need to do that morning. Then when I go to work, I have my calendar up all the time, sort of prepping me to do my work during my lunch break. And I have the opposite selected. So I've got the reviewed calendars turned on and the new study calendars turned off. Now, this might all seem very possibly overkill to you, but I feel like it's really important for me. It's really helpful for me for several reasons. It's not overkill, first of all, because the process of building that calendar forces me to carefully preview all the lesson titles. You know, I don't understand all that's coming, but I have a feel for what is ahead of me. You know, when I do the Codecademy tutorials, they're wonderful, they're great, but I really don't have a feel for where they're going the way I do with these books because I built out this calendar for myself. Also, building out the calendar eliminates daily decision making. I get out of bed, I step on the scale, I get dressed, and I do my next lesson as it is on the calendar. There is zero decision making when I wake up, and that is just incredibly helpful. You know, when I do the Codecademy tutorials, as wonderful as they are, there are just so many choices, and I haven't built a calendar for myself, so I find myself in a state of indecision more often than I would like. And then lastly, building out the calendar makes me more committed and emotionally invested. This took time, this took effort, this took thought, and now that I've done this calendar, well, I can't avoid doing it.